22nd of May, Rabbi Moore, Parsha Hashavua with Rashi.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Let's talk about, we got up to, did we finish Pasuk Yud Dalet? Yes, I think we did. Yeah. Lou, would you like to read Pasuk Tezvav 15?
Yes, Vav.
Tezvav.
Vav. B'mispar shanim achar hayovel tikneh me'es amisecha b'mispar shnei sevu os yim kar lach. According to the number of years after the Yovel shall you buy from your fellow. According to the number of crop years shall he sell to you. Rashi says, the mispar shanim achar hayovel tikveh. Tikneh. Zehu Peshuto. Zehu Peshuto. This is the simple meaning. Liashev Hamikra al Afnav. To put the verse in its proper setting. Al ha'ona ba lahazhir. The verse comes to enjoin us with regard to victimization.
Victimization is interesting, he says. Oh, no, it's called it victimization.
Ona is overcharging, right?
Yeah, it comes in two other things. There's monetary ona. Really, I understood it means to gain an unfair advantage over somebody else.
Right, so you're victimizing that person. You're making him a victim. You're cheating.
Right. Yeah, I guess in a way maybe it's correct. But I don't know. Somehow victimization sounds worse than merely just cheating him. Okay. Okay. Let's go ahead. Kashetimkar
o sikneh kar ka. When you will buy or sell land. Du'u kama shanim yesh ad hayovel. Know how many years there are until the Yovel. Ulefi hashanim, and according to the number of years, usavu os hasadeh, and the number of yields of crop of the field, shehi ruya la'asos, that it is fit to produce, imkor umocher, the seller sell. Vayikne hakona, and the buyer buy. Shahare sofo, for see now the fate of the buyer is the hachazira lo, to return it to the seller.
Basan, I wouldn't necessarily translate the fate. Fate's like something is going to happen min hashamayim. Means that's the rule. the rule is that the buyer, when he buys a field, he doesn't buy it for perpetuity. He only buys it till the Yovel. For eventually he will return the land to him in the Jubilee year.
Bishnas Hayovel, in the Yovel year.
Right.
Ve'im yesh shanim mu'atos, and if there are a few years, only a few years, v'zeh mochra, and this one sells it, b'damim yikarim, for a high price, hare nis ana lokeach. See now that the buyer has been victimized. Ve'im yesh shanim merubos, and if there are many years until the Yovel, ve'achol mimena kavu os harbe, and the buyer consumed many crops from it, hare nis ana mocher. See now that the seller has been victimized. Lefichach, therefore, tzarich liknosa, it's necessary that he buy it. Lefi hazman, according to the time. V'zahu shne'amar, and this is what it says. B'mispar shnei sevuos yimkar loch. According to the number of crop years, shall he sell it to you.
Right.
Lefi minyan shnei hatevuos, according to the amount of crop years. Shetehei omedes, that will remain. Biyad halokech, in the hand of the buyer. Timkor lo, you shall sell to him. Rabosenu darsho mikan. Our rabbis derived from here. Sheha mocher sadehu, that one who sells a field, eno rashai ligol, is not permitted to redeem it. Pachos mishtei shanim, in less than 2 years. Shete amod shtei shanim, that it should stay at least 2 years.
Right.
Yad halokech, in the hand of the buyer. Miyom liyom, from day to day. Vafilu yesh shalosh tevuos, even if there are 3 crops.
3 harvests.
Ba'osan shtei shanim, in 2 years. Kigon, for example, mesh kara lo, he sold it to him, bikamoheha,
Shemacholoi b'kamoseha.
bikamoseha, when the crop was standing in the field.
So it was ready to be harvested.
Ushnei eno yotzei mipeshuto, and the word shnei does not have its simple meaning. Klomar,
No, on the contrary, it means it does. Eino yotze mipshutei. Nevertheless, the word shnei, however, remains with its plain sense.
yeah, does not leave its simple meaning.
Leave, correct. Oh, it doesn't leave its simple meaning. Right.
Right. It has its simple meaning. Klomar, as to say, mispar shanim shel tavu os, a number of years of crops. Below shel shidafud,
Boom.
but not of blight. Umi ut shanim, and the minimum of years is 2.
Yeah. So what Rashi means over here is that Reuven sells a field to Shimon, and he sells it to him for 2 years. And one of the years, the crop gets ruined. Yeah. Then we say that he has to allow him to be there at least another year, because he didn't have 2 crops. He can add to the price, because he doesn't have to lose out. The seller doesn't have to lose out as a result of the fact that the field got blasted. It means it was now in the buyer's possession, not in the seller's possession. But when we go to this rule that you have to have a minimum of 2 crops, then if one of the years, he sold it for 2 years, and one of the years there was no crops because the field was stricken with blight, then he has to allow him to be there another year. Let me do it tomorrow. Yeah. Rashi's been the words for us teach us that these 2 minimal years that the purchaser buys the field must be years of yield. And if not, e.g. the crops of one of the year are blasted by the wind, that year does not count towards the 2 years. The Mishnah Erechim states other cases where the year doesn't count, e.g. a plague of locusts or the Shemitah year. The Gemara, Bamitzia 106a, adds years of drought and explains that in all cases the year is not counted only if the reason for lack of yield applies throughout the country, similar to the Shemitah year. Means it just happened that this particular field got ruined and there was no yield, but other fields did, then that's not a dispensing factor. But if the whole country got, well, that whole area, all the fields were stricken with blight, or they got there was drought, and there was no yield from any of the fields in that area, then that year doesn't count towards the 2 years. Okay. Okay, let's continue. Meir, Pasuk 16.
Okay. Let's see. Lefi rov hashanim tarbeh miknato, lefi meot hashanim tam'it miknato, ki mispar tevuot hu mocher lach. Okay, so according to the greater number of years, you will increase its purchase. And
Right.
according to
It's
the lesser
increased.
number, yeah, miknato. Mikna is a
It's
purchase,
buying price.
buying price. Okay. According to the lesser number of years, you'll reduce the buying price because mispartu, the number of
Yield
years
is really
of
what
crop
he's selling to you.
he'll be selling to you.
It means nobody buys a field just to have it there, to have it, right? With just that it should lie fallow.
Right.
The whole idea is that he should get a yield from it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Okay, so there's a small Rashi.
And what exactly the Pasuk's adding by this, Rashi doesn't say. Okay, let's see Rashi here.
Okay, it says Tarbet Miknato shall increase the selling price. Tim Karena Biocare. Oh, so you sell it what for a high price?
Mhm.
Hmm. Biocare.
So what Rashi's pointing out, even though the Pasuk uses the term miknosoi, which means its buying price, the Pasuk is actually referring to the seller,
Uh-huh.
because he's the one who's going to increase the buying price or reduce the buying price.
Ah. Okay. So let's see. Tamit Miknato, reduce the buying price. Tamit Bidameha, you will reduce the price. So what's that mean?
Yeah. Now, why Rashi is just saying this, the second one, but really both of them, because really the pasuk should be saying tamit demei miknosoi. Miknosoi means the actual object of acquirement,
Oh,
of acquisition. So Rashi is saying it doesn't refer to the actual object. Yeah, because that would sound like you got to sell a bigger field.
right.
Well, tamit miknosoi means you sell a smaller field. You minimize the object. So Rashi says, no, that's not the meaning. On the contrary, it means if you have more years, then you increase the price. Less years, you reduce the price.
Mhm.
Okay?
Right. Okay.
Now, let's go on to Pasuk Yud Zayin.
Below
I'm sorry, Lou. Yeah.
ish es amiso va v'yare sa me elokecha ki ani Hashem elokecha
Elokechem.
elokechem. Do not harass each other, and you shall
So it's interesting.
God, for I am Hashem your God.
Yeah. It's not the idea of harassment. I don't know. It's interesting. I don't know why he didn't use the same word as he used for previously with regard to monetary swindling, monetary victimization. You could use the same word over here as well. Whereas one shouldn't victimize one's fellow man, even not through money. I.e., as Rashi is going to explain, an Ostvara means you insult him, you put him down.
Oh.
So it's not the actual harassment part of it, and that's the common denominator between the two things. What's the connection between cheating somebody monetarily and insulting him? The answer is, as you say, victimizing him.
Mm-hmm.
Either you victimize him by cheating him, or you victimize him by insulting him and putting him down. See, Rashi gives other examples. Let's see the Rashi over here.
Velo sonu ish es amiso. Kan, he's here. Here, the Torah enjoins us Al onaas dvarim, regarding hurting somebody with words. Shelo yaknit es chavero, that one should not yaknit his fellow.
What is yaknit? How does he translate that? So I translated, he should not taunt his fellow man.
Wow.
Taunt.
Right? Put him down. Okay?
Velo yasi enu atse.
Eitzah,
Eitzah, do not give him advice. She'ena hogenes lo, that is not proper for him. The fee darko, according with his way of life.
so it doesn't mean in this sense. Fidarko v'hanoso shel yoyetz, which is in accordance with the plan and benefit of the advisor. Means one guy wants to give ill advice to the other one in order that he should get an advantage over the other person. Let's say, I give an example. Two people, Reuven and Shimon, both want to buy are bidding for a property. So Reuven says to Shimon, nah, Shimon doesn't know that Reuven's bidding for it. But Reuven goes to Shimon, he says, you know, I heard you were interested in buying this property. Forget about it. It's not worth it for you. It's this problem, that problem, whatever. He advised him not to buy it. So this way, Reuven, he manages to get it at a lower price. Yeah.
Let's see. Vacha naaso.
Hana'aso.
Vaha naaso, and the benefit shall yoetz, of the advisor. V'im tomar, and if you will say, mi yodea, who knows, im nis kavanti the ra'a, if I have intentions, bad
intentions.
Lechach ne'amar, this is why it says, V'yaresa me elokecha, you shall revere your God. Hai yodea mach shivos, who knows people's thoughts. Who yodea, he knows, kol devar hama sur lalev, every matter that is given over to the heart. She'ein makir ella mi sheha machashava b'libo, which no one can recognize except the one in whose heart the thought is. Ne'amar bo, as it is said of this, v'yaresa me elokecha, you shall revere your God.
Yeah. Okay. Meaning we tell him, Yoreisem Elokecha, be aware that somebody's watching you. Somebody knows exactly what's going on. So don't think you can outsmart somebody else unlawfully. Okay? Okay? Yeah. So I would have, I can't remember how I translated it over here. Yeah, abuse. No man among you may abuse his fellow man. So here it means, so actually both of them, that makes a good word, actually. To abuse is both monetarily, that's the first one, and the second one is verbal abuse. And also is also giving ill advice, bad advice. That's not necessarily abuse. In the strict word it is, because you are abusing him. You are taking advantage illegally. You're taking advantage of him. Okay, let's go on to the next pasuk. No time for thing. Always time, have we? Okay, we'll have to stop here then. Okay.
Okay.
Fine. I wish everybody a good Shabbos.
Have
You
a
have
good
a good Shabbos, Rabbi Moore.
Yeah, be well. Okay.